Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video, and hey, I'm Paul. I'm behind the camera, which doesn't happen very often, and I put some water in my hair. What more could you ask for? And today we are reacting to Hasbro Pulse's Fanstream, which happened today, and I guess just my sort of thoughts on the reveals and off the video itself and how I guess the team did it. So let's start with Power Rangers Lightning Collection. What do we know? Well, actually, we knew a lot before this actual fan stream. Somebody cannot keep this stuff under the lid at all at Hasbro or their teams that they work with to create these toys or these prototypes, etc. Leaks happen. And I'm not sure where they happen from. Sometimes toys are actually released before these videos. It's bonkers. But anyway, it does happen. It does happen. It's happened a few times, actually. So, let's begin. So, what do we know? So, we got Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Dino, Thunder, Black Ranger, a.k.a. Dr. Tommy Oliver. Now, it makes sense because they're starting to complete teams, which is great, and Dino Thunder is one that I'm very happy to complete. It was probably the first Disney one that I watched and was excited about. I think I missed a couple of seasons. So what I used to do at that time, bear in mind I was a young adult. Yes, I was young once upon a time. Back in 2004. Before then, I used to check the first episode of each season, and if Tommy wasn't in there, I wasn't watching it. In the back of my mind, I always felt like Jason David Frank was going to do it again. You know, I always had hopes. He was my favorite character when I was a kid, and, you know, after Turbo, there was some great seasons, but I tried not to watch them. I think around Wild Force, I stopped sort of watching them as a whole. Mainly because I don't think I had cable. So I used to hope, and one morning, and with my wife, you know, I woke up, hey, Power Rangers is on. Back then, you didn't have the internet, you didn't have social media. It was a different time. You were looking in TV guides, seeing when this Power Ranger episode was coming out. So ITV or whatever it was, kids show, it was on there. And the first scene was Tommy running off that island. Boom, I was in. So I'm very happy to see this figure. And bear in mind, he wasn't always... as a whole, he wasn't in that season as a whole. There was one time that he was trapped in the Power Rangers outfit, so you didn't see him for a period of time. One time he was invisible. So, but just his presence, it was great. So, that was a great release. What did I think of the figure? I thought it was very cool. I like that he's got his weapons. I couldn't see much for me to be critical on, or to say that that's a failing. And I guess when I get the figure in hand, I can talk more about my thoughts on the actual figure. You know, QC problems, what they look like there, sometimes don't end up out here in our hands like that. So, next up, what do we have? I'm going to say this wrong. Oh, goodness. Anton Mercer in his villain outfit. Now, once again, the figure looks great. I love the fact that you can do the mental thing, because he used to do that sort of thing when he was controlling people, or his son, if I remember rightly. And I guess my biggest gripe about that was there wasn't like a transformation head for Anton Mercer going from human form to that, because that was a big moment. It actually reminded me of the series V from the 80s, when they would turn into these lizards, and it was really scary. It was actually kind of like that, and I feel like that was something that I was a bit disappointed didn't happen. But, you know, that's a minor gripe, isn't it? So, the next one, so Kendricks, great release. Glad we're heading towards completing a team with Lost Galaxy now. And I think it's only Maya, and I think there's already hints that Maya's happening at some point. I think that's another leak already. So, Hasbro, get a grip on your leaks, man. You should be managing this stuff. This is your stuff. Stop talking to people and telling people. Keep it in-house. Tell only a few people. Trustworthy people. Tell me. I want to know. Anyway, my biggest gripe about this was no Corone head. Very disappointing. Now, I guess what they could do is they could easily, with Lost Galaxy in particular, because they all used to wear uniforms, they could have released those civilian figures easy. We will buy those. Lost Galaxy fans will buy those. We want them. So you could see Crone in that, whatever that leather pants thing she was wearing. You could see a figure coming out of that. Or you could see a 2-pack with her and another astronomer with a different head sculpt. That could easily happen, I'll be honest with you. Could happen. We've seen it before. We've seen Scorpina with Aisha, Yellow Ranger with a different head sculpt. It could be easily done. Easily done. And then you got Blue Dino Fury. Now, I praised Power Rangers Lightning Collection. When they first started doing this series, they were releasing the Beast Morphers figures. And I think we got Zoe coming soon. I think we've got Zoe coming. I've lost track of some of these things. And I thought that they did that really well. The fact that it was a current series and the fact that actually some kids may go and buy that figure because of that. I felt that they did that well. With Dino Fury, they've 2 seasons and they've missed a good opportunity of releasing characters. And these characters that I've actually really enjoyed in Netflix. Really enjoyed. And sometimes when it's been watching Power Rangers over the last 10 years, it's easy for me to say, but that's a really good season. Same with Beast Morpher was a good season. And Dino Charge was a really good season for me. I really enjoyed that one. And there was one in between. Can't remember what that one is. It was okay, clearly, because I can't remember its name. So that's that was cool. I like the fact that it was the actor showing it. However, it's me being critical of the guy. You know, he's just been asked, hey, reveal this thing. I felt like he wasn't that well prepared. And another thing, in terms of Kendrick's release, now, when they were talking about it, I felt like at some points during that first segment that they didn't have a clue what they were talking about, and they were just, you know, throwing stuff in there and not true fans. And that's fine if they're not true fans. They're there to do a job. And if you're not true fans, go watch those episodes, understand those characters, and go reveal this like you give 2 damns. The bit about Kendricks, etc. It was like they didn't have a clue, and then all of a sudden she starts sprouting out facts all of a sudden. It was really, really bizarre. The next thing that threw me was the fact that they said about the Zap Ascension project. In my mind, I thought, hey, they're going to reveal Sank. They're going to reveal Sank. And they didn't reveal Sank. They just came out and showed us Astro Megaship. Which, by the way, I thought it was very awesome that they did that and that they brought it out and they showed us. And I have 2 train of thoughts for this. So that I like Deluxe Monsters. I'm quite impressed with Deluxe Monsters. The biggest gripe for people was the fact that Goldar, who was the same size as some of these monsters in the show because they were people in costumes, wasn't the same sort of size. And probably rightly so in some ways, you know, but I like the Deluxe Monsters. Them being bigger than Rangers was actually pretty cool. It makes them a bit more menacing. Don't get me wrong, not all the paint jobs on them were brilliant, but they worked. So the Megazords, I was really excited for the Megazord, but once again, they've already thrown the height size out of sync in terms of Megazords. Now, maybe that was the only way they felt that they could achieve creating such a decent-sized ship. And obviously, I don't have it in hand, but it was really odd to see this towering Astro Mega ship next to a Megazord. It really threw me off, because now that means, I guess, I can't remember if when they do Delta Mega ship, are they going to make that the same height as that one? You know, have we gone, you know, why didn't you make that Megazord that size too? Because that's what we've been crying out. We want really tall Megazords, not massive, obviously, not HasLab size, but big enough that they outweigh the 6-inch figures. So I thought it was really, really bizarre, and it really did throw me that they've done that. So bizarre, absolutely bizarre. Okay, the next thing, then they moved over to the team, and they were revealing the stuff once again, stuff we've seen, leaks again. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. You could have got away with not watching this, other than Fury, Lost Galaxy, Black Dino Thunder. Some of this stuff's already coming out, and she said Ranger Magic. For no, man, it's Morphin Grid. What are you going on about Ranger Magic with those little effects, etc.? So the figures themselves are pinless, better paint jobs, and yeah, and they have all the accessories that they should have. Now, when Lightning Collection was first sold from Hasbro, bear in mind that's nearly 5 years ago. That's actually quite a while back. It was sold as this decent quality premium figure that is going to be right for Ranger fans. And now they've gone and redone the Morphin Power Rangers already. So, do I need this now? I'm probably going to keep it, but do you know what I mean? It just really, I find it bizarre that, why didn't you get this right in the first time? Why didn't you give us these premium figures? Now, are these premium figures going to sit outside the standard Lightning Collection? Probably. They're pinless. Now, do I need to have other Rangers that are premium remastered figures, whatever? Yeah, so it's cool. I'm happy for people that are only starting to collect Power Rangers now, because they would have missed out on some of these older figures. And let's be honest, second market with some of these collections, some of these figures probably go for a stupid amount of money, especially Mighty Morphin. Mighty Morphin seems to be it in terms of money making, or on the secondary market. If it's out of stock, you can't get it anywhere, price goes up, you've lost it. So so we've got Billy. He's got removable glasses, they're pinless bodies, better paint apps, and they come with the 4 accessories, which is cool. So you can decide if you're going away from this or this. Now, they do have new head sculpts as well, which is pretty cool. And glasses coming off seems to be the theme of it. Billy's glasses come off, Kendrick's glasses come off, and so forth. Okay, so that was that. And they've only revealed 2, and we know that there's already more coming. They are coming. We're going to see them, etc. So next up, Power Rangers, Once and Forever. Once and Always? I've actually forgotten the title already. I'm really sorry. I thought it was very cool that they talked about this sort of one episode. They didn't go into detail, so they didn't spoil anything. They just gave us hints of sort of who's back, how it was like working with the actors, how they came back into those roles, and I think that's really great. And the fact that that episode is going to be in April, which is really awesome, and kind of makes me excited. I do like these episodes. I really hope, I do have faith in their governor. I feel like they could do a proper job this time and do a real story. My biggest thing, and the last one, crossover, wasn't that bad. It could have been worse, but I always feel like they're sometimes a bit rushed. So depending on this, maybe I'll watch it and I'll think, what the was that? Or I'll watch it and think, wow, that was really good. I'm glad that the likes of David and Water and some of the others, I'm sure, had their say on how this episode should be. And because that gives me hope as well, because they probably care more about this franchise sometimes than the people delivering this franchise, which is awesome. And then the video sort of wraps up with Cosmic Fury. I do tend to try and stay away from anything that is a spoiler when it comes to a show. I'll just watch it. All I know is that there's a female Red Ranger for the whole season, for like the first time ever. They've got brand new costumes. They're going off into space. And I'm glad it's the same actors because, like I said, I really enjoyed Fury. I felt like Dino Fury was a really good couple of seasons. The structure was there. The characters were there. The growth was there. It was really, really good. So I'm really excited to watch that when that comes out. And that comes out after Power Rangers as well. So just, I mean, go watch the video if you want to watch the whole thing. This is just my quick rundown on it and my thoughts, etc. So, but in reality, when I get the figures, then I'll probably be in a better position to give some real thought on them, etc. But these were the things that I just picked up and noticed, etc. And it's great, and you know, it's great that they do these videos. I do enjoy these videos, and you know, they make sense. They're great. So anyway, thank you for watching. If you like my channel, please subscribe. Help me grow. That'd be great. Make sure you look after yourself. Very important these days. Thank you to everybody that is already subscribed. And as always, embrace geekiness. Goodbye.